Okay, hello. We are finally set up. I was moving everything around, trying to make sure everything was good to go, and here we are. So welcome to the Warcraft 3 workspace. I have not yet actually developed much of the map here, as is probably plainly obvious. But we do have our tech tree in progress for the foot fetishists, so that's something. And then we will be adding some other factions soon enough. I was working on an AI for these fellers. Let me pop up. I did grab a Visual Studio Code on the recommendation of Veek. So far it seems to have a lot of the, well, very different functionality than what I'm used to. So this is our common AI here. And this is basically our library of functions that we can call from the AI script. I've added a couple here with the help of Balethal. So that's cool. And then this is our AI that we've written. Obviously a much smaller document. Eventually I'm going to move the definitions for their tech tree into the common AI file, which also has definitions for a bunch of other things, like it's here somewhere, like the human stuff, as you can see here. So, like at some point I'll just do like I don't know why that moved elves. Like, they have high elves and night elf stuff in here, just mixed in, which is a little crazy. For, like, the rare cases where they had AI that were using some of that stuff. Like the elven stuff in Reign of Chaos, I think? Maybe there was... I don't remember if there was an AI... Oh, no, I guess the Blood Elves are probably also part of that, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Seems crazy to move them all together just because they have elves in their name. It's a little strange. A little odd. Little Todd. Making sure my mix play is connected. It seems to be. So we are looking for... we're going to add the... What? That is. Always misspell that term. And, yeah, so at some point we're going to... write that in here where we do... No. Footie units. Buildings. Footie upgrades. I guess I can probably remove the ability there, it's not necessary. So I already have a couple of upgrades and buildings and units, but I don't have everything. So we're going to be focusing on finishing their tech tree and fleshing out their AI. First, let's see what their AI is actually looking like, all things considered, as that is a very real concern. Whether or not it is a functional experience. I think I just broke my fucking OBS capture. Oh no, did I? Yeah, I sure fucking did. Well, be right back. Well, that was stupid, but here we are again. I don't know why that happens. It's been a bug forever. My mouse seems to move slower in Warcraft 3. It's probably just a setting in the game itself, but slower than when I'm in my desktop. Yeah, definitely something going on there. Anyways, we have our footiemen. So we do have actually we have a modified version of what we had before with the unit. With like the gold multiplier, but I actually have gotten that completely fixed, so pretty useful in that respect. Hello, Luciferius. Welcome. It is indeed a degenerate mod. There will be many factions. One thing I'm trying to get done is a separate cooldown, shortened mining time, or increased mining time for lumber harvesting, but not increasing it for the gold mine. That is a... Well, I'll just let you read the tooltip. I gotta blow my nose. Alright. Feel like a new man. For those of you who are just listening. Bestows upon man-feet their father's lust pleat, allowing them to deal area of effect damage. Yeah, it's almost like none of this is final or something. You know, I am still using default assets for everything. I still can't believe that, you just order your units to move to the same place. Because of the formation system, they actually move slower if you spam click. But I did basically completely remove turn delay as much as you can by just increasing the number for the... in the editor itself, so... The game feels way more responsive based on that alone. Trees have 1.5 times the amount of lumber. I may go back to 2 times, which is what it was at before the other day, Saturday, when I edited this last, which was off stream. Ugh. I don't know why this value... It only updates when they spend... It only updates the value that it displays when they spend money, I think? There's some other condition for it to update. But otherwise you can just click on it over and over again to refresh it manually, but it seems so goofy that that is the case. And you can actually forehead me now, because I am multi-streaming this to Twitch. So if you feel like going over there, you can. They finally have reduced chat delay, so... Or reduced stream latency. Looks like I have to fix his damage value. I have to reduce the attack speed of the Manfoot, or maybe his damage. Right now, the only difference between these two units, the Taster and the Chaser, is that the Chaser is much speedier. I'm probably going to update that at some point. But, we'll see. So last time I messed around with this AI, it was doing some weird shit where after it expanded, it would dogpile its gold mine. Oh shit, there's the forehead. Check it out. So I'm hoping that the, that does not take into effect this time around. Pop in the campaign editor. I go to units. There's the nail thrower that has the fucked up attack. So their damage is actually one value higher than what I'm putting in here, which is a little odd. Next attack incoming. Pretend that you're done with factions right now. Well, I don't think I have posted about this really anywhere. We have the footies. And once we get those guys fully operational, I'll work on the next tech tree probably this stream. Oh, this normal string isn't modified. It should say normal deals full damage to everything. Health values of these units are a little busted, probably. In fact, I don't think I changed them. Or at least not the nail throwers. But, so there's the footies, the Mongols, the gays, the crows, hood rats. There was one other that I definitely knew I was going to add. Liberals. That's not the one I was thinking of, though. I guess I should write this shit down somewhere. So we have footies, gays, Mongols, hood rats. I think this attack will kill me. Oh, maybe not. These units have way too much health right now, so that's just a prank. They should have like 60. Which means that one would have been dead by now. And probably... I think that armor's fine. So liberals. Aryans. What else? I'm open to suggestions for that shit. I still haven't even decided what the what faction the footies are going to be after in this case. I might make the liberals like the parent faction for the feminists, which is... I feel like that probably falls into the footies. That category of perversions. They have quite the smashing going on here now. Oh yeah, I think there was another thing in their script that froze them up somehow. Guess I can pop open and see what their build thread is looking like. Are they getting upgrades? No, it doesn't look like it. The upgrade thing is a little perplexing because I definitely have the ability to do that, so I guess I just have to check to make sure that the upgrades are properly set up, like they're properly defined. I can't remember if Jews were going to be an actual faction or not. Oh shit, they're taking an alternate path, dude. StarCraft alternate. It's going to be a ridiculous experience, that's for sure. It's a lot of footies. They're really coming to taste our feet. They're biting. Oh! Alright. Also, I'm pretty sure the AI can just... It explodes if you bother trying to attack it. Which is kind of annoying. But not really unexpected for this game. Oh yeah, the cooldown time is supposed to be higher for this. Lower its damage as well to 10. These units are meant to be, like, absurdly spammable.
By the way...
Ah! You. Oh wait, what did I just do? I always get confused because of the order of these. This is supposed to be here. $12, by the way. 13 in May. They're on the march. A lot of men. Their attack threat seems to be continuing okay, but it's the build table that gets fucked up by something. Dude.
Ha, gotcha.
You got me, Mark. Me mark you, me Mike Mike. Fuck you, motherfucker. Ah. Oh, man. Even when you reduce their collision size and increase their turn delay, they still bumble into each other instead of doing anything useful. Oh, that guy was just frozen. That's pretty funny. Impending touchies. Alright. Pull away for a sec. Finish rebalancing some of these units. And I guess I'll start adding new ones. But I still want to figure out what's causing the issue with the AI, so... Also, for this nail tower, I think they're pretty vulnerable, actually. They have no base armor, and they have a couple of stuff in there that I think is fine. Save. Alright, something in here is references normal damage that I forgot to fix. Oh, here it is. There you go. Okay. I felt like those units probably trained a little too fast for how strong they were, but I did rebalance them pretty heavily, so might be fine there. I might increase their gold cost. Or just their lumber is probably fine. Alright. Okay. So yeah, aside from messing around with that, I don't really know what to do. So in this, I'm still struggling to figure out which faction you're going to play as. Like, what would the foot fetishists be after? Feet, obviously, but... they're in Foot Forest. That's the locale, is Foot Forest. So, like, what do we do to... First of all, I gotta figure out what the Mongols are doing here. They're probably just invading for the sake of it. But, this will be a 2v3v1 free-for-all. So it'll be quite the experience. And I'm probably going to move those cavalry units to their own structure, so why don't I handle that now?
Haha, gotcha.
Annihilated. I'm glad that they're both called barracks. I think Zerg are actually going to be a faction.
Zerg here.
Haha, gotcha.
You like that haha gotcha one? Alright. Where's the, isn't there, it's like High Elven barracks? Yeah, what is that? Zerg, but it's just Nerubians. Well, there are Zerg models, and they're all terrible, so they'll fit right in.
It's over.
Bye. Oops. Wow. How lucky we are. He's even doing the okay hand. What a guy.
Kill yourself.
Think about fantasy, homie!
That's an odd request from Jay Brino. Alright. So that's going to be a tier 2 structure. I think it will require... the wood shack. And then I guess just for readability's sake, I should probably... do that, so that I know what it is. Alright.
Bing, bing,
Hurry it up!
bing.
Hurry it up! Hello! You need to be fired. Oh, actually... Well, I think a hit scan unit might be fine. What else would they use for throwing... Like, I like the idea of throwing nails. Like toenails. Oh shit, clown car. Oh wait, is that a clown car? Yeah, it is. Clown. Oh, fuck. Is that a burger? Or a sub? Oh, it's supposed to be sub height, I get it. You got... There's some problems there, man. Imagine having to program all of these stupid animations in your chat.
Rest in pizza, Tony!
Oh, I should have replaced that instead. Would have saved me a couple of clicks. That's fine. So I think generally what I'm going to be doing is relying mostly on ranged units for my tech trees. The number of melee units we have now, we have 3 melee units. We're probably only going to have like 3 to 4 max per faction. And the rest of them will be ranged to some degree. The next unit I'm going to make is... I might make one more cavalry unit, or something that comes out of the glue factory, some sort of siege weapon. But then after that, I think I'm going to make the caster section. The caster structure. Yeah, I got to figure out what unit is going to have, or what race, faction, whatever is going to have shit like that. They all get siege tanks? I feel like that might be a little goofy. And not even in the way that I want. Let's see. Should definitely pop this in. What's up, Balethal? Welcome. Working on the tech tree for the feet men. Foot gaze. I was just talking about how I'm probably going to add mostly ranged units from this point onward. I'm thinking maybe one more melee unit as like a tier 3 endgame unit or something could be interesting. If it were some sort of behemoth.
Oh, taste my rod, Tony!
A rodman, perhaps. Halberdier. Oh yeah, I've got to set its turn rate to 3. Yeah, I'm still not sure. Maybe the Aryans will I was thinking Aryans were going to be like the conservative, right-wing answer to the liberals. So they would have everything from like white nationalists to what's the term? Like super religious nuts. And then there's liberals who would have, I could roll the Jews in with the liberals, but I feel like that would be an insult. That would be an actual insult to Jewish people, you know? So I'm not sure if I want to do that. Oh, I see what you're going for here. Test that unit idea out later on. I'm just gonna pop into the Stiffy stall and add him as a unit that is built. We'll pass out right here. Okay. Happy merchants? Is that like the... I don't know. I just know that I need to be able to put in like clowns and stuff. I think I think one of the factions was actually going to be called... It was just originally going to be called White Supremacists, and it was going to be mostly like emoji that was banned. Frogs, okay hand symbols, clowns. But I might as well just roll that in with the Aryans, and maybe I'll figure out a better name for the Aryans themselves. Maybe Aryan will be their, like, tier 3 tech. Liberals are definitely going to have some cuck units. A Wuck bomber, perhaps. There's a lot of potential. Alright, I will queue it up after I'm done with this. Diet Nazi. Alright. So now I gotta go find... I think this guy's gonna be... I was wondering if I wanted to make him do explosive, which I believe replaces siege.
Take this!
Oh, okay. I forget what I actually did with the explosive thing, though. Can't wait till I have some actual custom art for this. If it ever gets to that point, anyways. I know I want a couple more structures, for sure. I probably want 2 more tech structures. One of them will have the unit upgrades. One of them will have... one of them will be the wood shack, which will also have the infantry upgrades. Like Terran infantry weapons stuff. That sort of kind of upgrade. And then there will be a 3rd tech structure that will handle the heavier unit upgrades. Though I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I want to... Maybe the man-foot would take those heavier upgrades, but I think the nail thrower is fine to take the other ones, though I'm not sure. I need gachi sounds and actors for one faction. Gotcha.
Butter! 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 Butter!
Oops. I wrote that one down. For the spellcaster stuff, I don't really know what to base it on. I definitely want there to be a healer support type unit. Probably just have him... I think most of the healing will probably be AoE as opposed to single target. Maybe something based around rejuvenation could work for a single target, where it heals over time and lasts in the middle of combat. But Holy Light is going to be way less valuable, like Holy Light style spells. Unless they have like no cast time. Maybe then you could be quick enough with your micro to use it. And depending on how the AI uses it, maybe it would be useful for them as well. If I increase the percentage healed by healing wards, those could be useful. That is... it's like Spirit Link. I don't know if it would be that useful in this context. If I can increase the number of targets that it can spread to, which I'm pretty sure I can, that would be a useful spell. I think pretty much the only way to make something single target heal like that useful would be to make it auto-cast with a decently long cooldown, like a 5-second cooldown or something, but that feels really stupid to me too, though. Like, even though that would technically be useful if you built a lot of them, it would feel like it wouldn't end well. I don't know, it's just feast or famine. Like, either you have enough for it to be valuable, or you have just one or two of them and it's worthless. So I probably wouldn't do that. So yeah, I think I need to axe single target shit unless it's like... I think even rejuvenation itself should probably be converted into an AoE thing. Yeah, the Obsidian Statue heal is an AoE. It's like an AoE version of the Priest, which is single target heal. So I'll probably copy off of that. It's just, I'm gonna have so many factions, and I want most of them to have some form of healing, if not all of them. Zerg are just gonna probably have passive regen, but I've removed passive regen from everything else. So only Zerg are gonna have it. Maybe, like, the hero units that I add in will have it. I don't think it needs to be removed on damage. There's gonna be some anti-magic stuff in the game. Some, not an insane amount, like in the vanilla game, but it wouldn't last very long is the thing. It would heal pretty quickly. And it would only heal for like 60 health or 50 health or something. Maybe even less than that. It might heal for 30 health over 2 seconds or something. So I gotta figure out the abilities for that shit. Over to Undead. It's Essence something. Essence of Light. Healing Whip could be okay, yeah, that's another one that's good. Oh, right, yeah. Something like, well, I would want it to integrate with mana, is the problem. So maybe it would be an ability where, similar to Immolation, you activate it, and it drains mana, but applies the aura to the unit. And then you turn it off. I don't know if that's exactly possible. You'd probably have to, like, detect it with a trigger. I don't think there's anything like that in the game that... Like, I don't think copying the Immolation ability would allow me to do that, for example. Yeah, exactly. I think Mongoloid is fine. That'll be how I describe my... my spellcasters.
Bitches leave.
Smash. I guess I also need to make that a copy of that Orb of Corruption ability or whatever. Or that arrow ability, whatever it is. The Searing Arrows? I don't know if the units will use that by default. Like, I don't know how to make the AI use it. That'll be very bizarre. Yeah, no kidding. What is... Oh, it's probably not in here. It would be a neutral hostile. Oh, that's the other thing, actually. I just realized this. Can you... Does the... Is Searing Arrows just considered the same damage type as before? Or does it actually convert the damage to magic? I just realized that that's probably not how the game works normally. Because I want them to deal piercing or normal and then do magic afterwards. Or piercing into magic. There's no, like, damage type, only a bonus. Yeah, with your silly RPG stuff. Hopefully that works out. Given your... lack of assets, generally. Oh, okay. I was just talking about the basic assets, man. Well, we'll see what it looks like in game, I guess. I'm thinking it's probably not going to end very well. Is there a mana cost stat? Yeah, we can do 25 mana per hit. Or no, maybe that's probably too much. We'll go for 10. And the bonus damage will probably just be... We'll leave it at 10 for now. That'll probably be too much. You can't say that. It's illegal. I'll just leave their weapon as magic. Well, whatever. What do you think the answer to that is? I think it's crazy that that's even a real thing. I'm afraid that is a question I cannot answer. Why do buildings also have reduced sight vision? Jesus Christ. Maybe if the default camera was zoomed out more, Warcraft 3 wouldn't look as AIDS. Can't see all of those horrible details if you're zoomed further away. So I did the support spellcaster. Check. What do we got here? That's fine. Okay. I definitely want to make the ranged units fire actual projectiles as opposed to hit scan. Is it possible to make projectiles that you can target down in this game? I don't think so, right? Yeah, not without some crazy triggers. Okay. $81 damage, by the way. I thought catapult was a model in here. Is it orc catapult? No.
Sorry, I was crushing Metatron's brain.
Destroyed. What a model. Oh, I see. I have to set it to Arena Chaos, I guess.
Sorry, I was crushing Metatron's brain.
Felt like doing that one yourself, huh? I encourage everybody to do... Wait, what the fuck? What is this? Damage factor? What? Huh? Is this an additional modifier based on... Or maybe this is AoE data? Bizarre. Yeah, very useful name.
No, I don't think so. You go back here right now and undo that. Fucking Control Z on that one, buddy.
I agree. Oh yeah, I gotta set its race to... Where's race? Here it is. Why is commoner a race? I have no idea. I would never be able to tell you. I think priority is, does priority go up or down? Really confusing. Because I know for a fact that AI always smash enemy, enemy siege for some reason. This defense type means that we are going to see siege weapons annihilate other siege weapons. So that will be very entertaining. Although I guess with only doing... I could probably make them do more damage than that. It appears to show up as the normal catapult. Oh well. All right, I say we have our siege weapon, our Tier 1 ranged. Our caster unit. Our support caster. We need an offensive caster. And a Tier 3 melee. Or another melee unit. Offensive caster ought to be ranged. And I don't know what to make. The Huh. I don't know what to make the... offensive caster do. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to do, is modify the repair costs. This would be half of the gold cost. Let's see. I think the elite melee unit will probably behave similarly to the Taster, the tier 1 melee unit, but he'll have immolation with a mana pool of like 100 or something, so he won't be able to keep it up for very long. There'll be the what's that term that they use for people who can't keep it up for very long? The one pump chump. There's like another one. If there's like a single word that I could use, that would be good. Okay. Whatever you say. Does anybody know what the range motion buffer is? Is there an AoE spell that reduces the enemy's armor, perhaps? As I understand, abilities control the stats, but they often apply buffs that let you see what that is, like what the buff actually is, or what is happening. Well, I kind of want it to be like Howl of Terror, where it's a cast around the unit. Yeah, but I don't know if I can tell the game to... Like, for example, let's see... Like, I can tell it what buff to give, but I can't change what it does, right? Or does... Maybe this one actually does use the buff. Okay, if we go to... the unit buff for Howl of Terror. No, it does not do anything here. Yeah. It doesn't... I don't see how the fuck this reduces damage. Like, where is the point where it says reduces damage? Oh, data. Damage increase. Well, what are effects then? What do those do? Yeah, there's no way I can add a different data field, is the problem. So all I can do is whatever it says here. Although defense increase, I could maybe... if I can figure out how to enable... I thought there was a way to enable real values, negative values. Yeah, allow negative real values in the object. So why can't I... How do I make it negative? Hello? Why doesn't it work here? What? It works here. It's right here.
Zerg here.
It works in everything other than this one. Because it's... Oh, it's an integer. It's not real. That would be why. Because... I guess because... Well, no, it doesn't even make sense that armor wouldn't be an integer, or would be an integer, because it is a real. You can have like 4 points. I've seen minus 4.3 plus 2.1. Why would defense increase not be able to be negative? Very bizarre. Like an alchemist poison bomb values. Maybe they're in here. Well, it's armor penalty. So I guess I could use this.
Hey, man.
For reducing armor by 1. And then, I would remove everything else about this. I guess that's something. I like how I can add movement speed reduction or attack speed reduction if I wanted to. What's the area of effect for Hollow of Terror? I'll use that as a reference. Although it will be over the target unit, so maybe I should keep it here. I'll buff it to 300 and we'll check that out basically. I guess for buffs, I'll make a new one. Another ability I want? Well, I think that's all I need for this, plus I'm going to do the immolation thing for the tier 3 melee unit. Dark conversion. Isn't there own? I only see organic. Player units, I guess, would be that. Why is there enemy and allied? Well, friend and allied. I don't know which one to pick at that point. Pretty retarded. Alright. Find immolation in here. Immolation, unimmolation. What do I want to call this ability? Don't say that. What do I have here? Activate. Well, I guess I need to figure out like what the let's see. I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing for that unit exactly before I even bother worrying about this. Is check dependent? Yeah, make that true. I'm probably going to make Mongolism an upgrade where it just enables it for all of your casters. And I'm probably going to make the immolation thing an upgrade. Let's see. Chuji Muto, if I said your name right. Welcome. What's going on? Let's get a building for these fellers to pop out of. No problem, dude. This is a custom map that changes basically everything about the game. I'm using default assets right now because I don't have any new assets yet. I'm just trying to make something that works. But soon we will have some exciting stuff. Let's see. It's going to be RTS. It's going to be like making the game a little bit more like the other faster paced real-time strategy games. Like StarCraft 1 is something I'm more used to. So I want to make it a bit more like that in some ways, but also going in its own direction. Let's see. That should be fine for now. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure that the tech requirements are modified. No, you like build a base similar to Melee, yeah. There's a couple of other Melee mods for the game, or Melee maps, like Beyond the Throne. I haven't played it, but it's sort of like that where I'm adding a bunch of new races and all that stuff. Right now I'm working with the footie faction. They're all about feet. I love them some feet. Looks like adding a requirement for spiked carapace doesn't work. Oh yeah. Did you make sure that in the ability it says check techtree requirements? Because that's false for a lot of abilities by default, even if you're copying and pasting them. Let's see where we are at right now. I didn't bother editing the AI since the last time I ran this test, but I want to see how these units feel. Oh yeah, I forgot. What is this second attack? I wonder if this second attack is the same thing that... is that what is it that the range is faster or further away when you're, like, using the attack, I wonder? Okay, well, we'll just test this right now because we can see it pretty easily. Yeah, okay, so it uses its normal attack when you order it to attack something. But it's using... That is so weird. Very bizarre. Alright, so we have... Wow, that's an effect right there, man. Why does it say it costs 10 mana, but it only is costing 2? What the hell? Gender explosive, you like that? Yeah, I've basically renamed everything, so... Can't target my own units with my footie foot smasher SMH. Alright, well I gotta fix that about the unloader anyways. Let me do that now. That's so bizarre that they made it different. I get, like, they made attack ground use the first weapon and the attack order use the second one. Like, I don't know why they did that. That seems so strange. Blizzard really never fails to confuse. Alright, well, it looks like they use the same... The only thing that's different is that attack round has higher range, which is very bizarre. But, that's fine. These guys should be preparing their first strike. Yeah, the only thing with turn delay at this point is actually this unit. It does have turn delay. But, that's just because it's a siege weapon. Everything else is pretty quick. Destroyed. Why does it only subtract 2 mana? Also, mana regen is way too fast by default. So we gotta resolve. say we'll try half of what it currently is at. But I'm really confused about that Essence of Blight thing. We'll do hit points gain 5. Maximum units affected doesn't matter. I don't know what that means. We'll leave that as default, I guess. It's fine. Let's see. Oh, mana cost is set to 2 here, but why does the tooltip indicate that it's 10? Very bizarre. Oh, I came back and my men had claimed victory. Here, I'll go smash these guys. What I wonder, Luciferius, is why you're making StarCraft more like Warcraft. Like, what is compelling to you about the base game of Warcraft? Oh shit! He's tasting my feet! Oh, I actually made, I did the opposite change that I meant to do, again. Oh, maybe that's fine, actually. I guess they could have the same, the Chaser and the Taster could have the same cost. But one of them could be more, like, faster, but quicker to die. I think the Smasher is probably going to need to have, like, 100 max mana. Or, like, something. Or the spell will need to be pricier. Maybe 15. It is going to restore less health now, but it's still pretty absurd. Oh yeah, Nailman. They deal... their gender is explosive, so better watch out. Alright, well, I've seen what I need to see. Let's see where we are. Let's see what's left of my brain. It is completely destroyed. They do seem to expand to the same order every single time, but they really don't like to expand to start locations of other players, which I hope won't be a problem going forward. How long am I experienced with World Editor? Not very long at all, actually. I mostly mod StarCraft 1. So this is actually my first major project in the World Editor. Everything else has been, like, very small side things that were just experimental. I didn't end up releasing any of them. This is the first time I'm learning JAS and how triggers work and all that. Hey, you can't yell at me. What's wrong with you, dude? But yeah, this is the first time I'm looking into AI and looking into all that stuff. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. My goal is to be able to make some real RTS gameplay out of the game, because like the melee is a little too small scale for my liking, to put it nicely. I far prefer massive battles and having, like, you know, 12 players in the map. Like, team games, I guess, are more my speed in terms of the scale of units, but even then, battles take a really long time, I feel like. So I would like the battles to be a little bit quicker, but have a lot more units, so I'm increasing the supply cap and removing upkeep and doing a whole bunch of other things that are going to radically change the game. Yeah, they updated it recently to support 24 players, so that'll be exciting. I think that's more than StarCraft 2 supports, which is crazy. I'm gonna copy the blacksmith over. Take this! Yeah, I'm still not sure what's going on with your issue, Balethal. I wish I knew precisely what was happening there. I wish you luck. It's probably one of those things that you just need to ask about on the Hive or something. It's just hard-coded. That's pretty lame. You could maybe try converting the unit to another unit. I know the barrage upgrade does that. You'd have to probably do that, I guess. Convert it to a unit with +3 base armor or whatever. It's so silly that you have to do that, but... better than triggers, probably. I guess maybe it depends on whatever functions they're using to do that. It might be slower, actually, yeah, but... don't have as many, events running. You think it can only handle 200 to 300 units? Or is that, like, 200, 300 per player? Probably can't handle that many if it's per player for 24 players, so... I'm hoping that it can handle, like, at least 1,000 units. But we'll see. They probably didn't even know that it was broken in the way that you're describing it, Balethal. I assume they... like, a lot of the stuff that... the way that the use cases are, it seems like they really only messed around with it for their own uses. And didn't see what else was there. Annihilates you, actually. Okay. Yeah, I guess N is fine. I'll figure out final names for this stuff later on. In fact, I think... Yeah, this is probably going to be the structure that handles the unit-specific upgrades. I think the wood shack is fine for the basic unit upgrades, and then we'll have like that's sort of like an engineering bay from StarCraft 1, and then we'll have like something that's more like an armory that'll handle the tier 2 plus stuff or the mech stuff or whatever. Trying to think of what else I need to put together here, and then I'm going to go back and redefine a bunch of stuff for the AI. I think the armory type structure needs to be thrown in, and there's probably going to be, I'm thinking maybe there should be a tech structure that specifically is used to unlock another unit, but that kind of feels wasteful to me. So I'll probably just make this third tech structure the requirement for the final unit of the footie faction. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll have 10, including the worker. And then I can decide if I want to add more after that. Oh yeah, I gotta fix this unit as well, I forgot. By fix, I just mean... where is the scaling factor? So he's more like a swordsman now.
And Dragon Ball Fantasy, homie!
Alright, relax. Enough anime. Anime. Oh, thanks for the host, man. Couldn't have come at a better time. I hope the low latency feature is working. It'd be a real shame otherwise. Alright, I'm gonna pull the... Oh yeah, I wanted to add a projectile to the nail man. Okay, that's Archer. We'll do Naga Sea Witch for this one, I think, which is probably Lady Vosh knowing this game. Oh no. I thought it was the Naga Sea Witch. Oh, maybe it's Heroes Missiles? No. I don't know. Now I'm going to finish setting up the faction. I have to make a final unit, or a final melee unit for them, and then tech structure that's going to unlock them, and then I'm going to define all of those functions, or all of these custom units in the editor for the AI script, and update that, and the next maybe 10 minutes we'll have a working run of it all. See how the AI handles the changes. Yeah, I guess it is explosive, so it's fine if it's Although I don't even know if those fire that way, but whatever. Oh yeah, I have to change that from instant to missile. There we go. Alright, so we are going to find our... I guess we'll make it a workshop graphic or whatever for now. I'm removing the tech up options, so you won't be able to upgrade your main structure like into a town hall, into a keep, into a castle. So tech is going to be a little bit more simplified in that case. I may decide to add that back later on, but I'm going to see how it feels without it. Oh yeah, good thing I good thing I didn't do that. And then I have to add a couple more upgrades later on, but that's not required for me to get everything functional straight away. You know that if you try to use the upgrade for changing the availability for units, that you have to use a trigger to disable the upgraded version. You mean like if I changed the availability from footman to captain, I would have to have a trigger that detects that when that's researched and disables the the footman or something? Oh, that's really bizarre. That's really silly that they do that. Revives dead heroes, dude. I love seeing that. Alright, so... Other than the wood shack, I think we're just going to make this tied to the stiffy stall. And the glue factory can also be tied to that. I wish I could do an OR opcode for techtree, but it looks like I can only do everything, which is a little... Oh, wait, no, I think I can do dependency equivalence, right? That's like the same thing. So in that case, I could do... for the dormitory, it could be this. Because I think I've seen that somewhere. We'll see what happens, man. Almost had a heart attack. Thought I was putting in items sold and selecting units somehow instead of the right thing. Alright. Okay, let's get this final unit done. Copy the knight for it. What do I want this guy to be? He's not going to be a cavalry unit, he's going to be like a Mongo. I'll probably use the Abomination model for him. And then... fine, probably. Okay. I wish I could make it so that if the unit, like just natively, obviously I gotta do this through triggers, but if this unit was immolating, like it had the immolation stuff active, I would love to make it so that the way that it worked was it would heal very quickly while that ability was active. But unfortunately, I don't really think that's in the cards natively. At least I would see it in data, probably. Yeah, it just says mana and stuff. Alright, that reminds me I gotta make this guy have a low mana amount. And I gotta swap out his model. Yeah. What's our scaling value at, Tony? Maybe that was fine, and it's just the editor scale that's screwed up. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's fine. I think we have all of the units pre-placed, so I'll check them out later. Where's our mana? He can regenerate nice and fast, I think that's fine. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Huh. His tech tree dependency shit should not be active right now. Oh, wait. Oh. That's what tech tree dependency, equivalency, or whatever means? Stupid. So basically what I have to do to make that work is I have to set the equivalency for the glue factory to be the other one, the spellcaster production facility. It's kind of a little silly. So in Toe Temple, I have to set the equivalence shit to... Oh, wait. Yeah, custom. Blue Factory. And here I have to set it to Tower Temple. There you go. Oh yeah, I forgot to remove that from the wood shack. I did kind of like the whole wood like building multiple wood shack thing to get a lot of upgrades, but I'm sure there's a way around that. Look at him chop. Nice. Good to hear that. Oh, I gotta change the... Ah! Oof. Hey, I need that. Hey, cut that out. I was gonna expand there. Oh, hey, Icor, what's going on, dude? Glad to hear Nave was able to help you out. Oh yeah, I didn't even know there was a research version of that, to be honest with you. The footie spellcasters, I'll show them off again. Oh, I guess I can just pop back in. I forgot that I didn't add the new structures to the build list of the boot, so I'm gonna do that. I think this is everything we need. The tech trees. Okay. So basically, I have an ability on all spellcasters that increases their damage, which is what the Searing Arrows thing is. Ideally, what I'll do is make it so that they deal piercing damage normally. This is supposed to say increased. Or no. Yeah, okay. So the idea is that magic damage is going to deal full damage to all units, whereas piercing damage deals reduced damage to heavily armored targets and fortified targets. So normally they're going to deal piercing, but I'm going to change to magic when they use this ability. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but that is going to be one of the primary uses for their mana, is so that you're actually using them offensively. Then, I don't know why it says 75 when I guarantee you it costs 10. Oh, it costs 25. So, I don't know why that's like that, but that's bugged. But, that's basically that. Is restores 10 hit points nearby units. It's built around the, that undead caster thing, the Black Sphinx, or the Obsidian statue. Then we have the Toemancer. He has an ability, it's an AoE armor reduction by 1, built off of the Acid Bomb, and then he also has the same Mongolism passive. So he's more of like a debuffer, but he attacks from a reduced rate. As you can see, there's more of a range for one of them. Then we have our tier 3 melee unit, the Slatherer. I'm probably going to make him deal explosive damage. I actually haven't changed his damage whatsoever yet. But he has Immolation. That's going to be his claim to fame. I'm probably going to make it so that Immolation requires even more mana than it currently does. But I'm not sure about that yet. I also want it to increase his regen rate. Right now, he's probably so broken that he could annihilate like an entire wave, at least, by himself. And I think that's all of their units, so... Yeah, he's pretty strong. It's probably because of the heavy armor. Well, I know, they deal normal damage, don't they? So it's probably just because of the... Oh, he's got 5 base armor, no wonder. Yeah, that's another thing I've got to resolve. He's only really going to have like 1 or 2, maybe at most. But, I think this is the whole faction, though. Like, all of the units we see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, I think this is it. I don't think we really need much more. I think that right there can be our faction. The difference between the Chaser and the Taster is simply that the Chaser moves faster but has reduced health. It also has normal armor, so it won't take as much damage from piercing attacks. Oh yeah, you know, I completely forgot about air units. I think it's fine for this faction that they don't have any air units, considering their footies. They have more mobility than the other factions are going to have. In fact, just to compensate for that, I might make it so that the Towmancer, or maybe there will be another spellcaster unit that teleports their units from, like, I guess Archmage Mass Teleport, something like that. I don't know how I would make the AI use that, though. So I don't know if it would be functional, because you probably won't really be playing as these guys. At least if you are, it won't be for very long. Destroyed. Annihilated. As you can see, it's really hard to hit a full damage off on a unit right now, which is probably going to be something that happens quite often. So you'll really need to... I don't know how the AI is going to handle that. Apparently, the AI is not able to do it, yeah. At least I haven't seen an example of it working. I don't know why that mana is cost as bugs right now. Yeah, it seems to be very similar in that sense. I've set the mana cost to 15, but it's displaying the mana cost as 5 times that amount. It was doing this earlier where the mana cost was showing up at 10, but the in-game it was, well, in this section of the editor it was 2. And I wonder if that's an issue that's, like, hard-coded to this ability. I don't know why that would be the case, but... Oh. Annihilated. The problem is, even though it only subtracts that much... Well, I don't know. Like, it's behaving as if there was a mana threshold where you had to have a certain amount of mana before you were able to cast it. Because the problem is, if you're below 75 energy, or mana in this case, you can't actually cast the ability. Like, oh, wait, it is taking 75 mana. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. I'm really at a loss for like why that would be something that would happen here. But I've got to resolve some shit with the AI now. So we're gonna do. Oh, is that what was happening before? I guess that makes sense. As far as upgrades are concerned, I think we're probably going to be... stuck for a while doing some real wacky stuff. I was thinking that, like I said, there should probably be a second tier of upgrades, where the tier 1 should affect the smaller units, I guess, and tier 2 should affect the bigger ones. So in this case, melee will probably be tier 1 and range will probably be tier 2. So the names in the editor, or in this case, will be different. But I can just change those as a quick find and replace. That's not really that big of a deal. We'll call this plating for now. Right, so if the AI is unable to path and they use transports instead, they will not remove them from military until they are not in a transport, I guess? And then they would attack move? Like, what you were saying? What we were talking about earlier? We're trying to figure out a solution to... the attack move issue with AI, how it doesn't work very well. 609. Oh 0602. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it would just order it to the same unit as long as it had that flag in it or whatever. That makes sense. Where is Blue Factors H608? It looks like the reason why they weren't upgrading is because I had R in lowercase instead of uppercase, so the definitions were incorrect. At least that's what makes sense to me, and I don't know if that's actually the case. I don't think so. It does replace pre-placed units, but I'm not going to have many of those. And you can tell how many replacements you want it to have with the max replacements function, but I don't think you can just create them like you can in SE1 AI, and I don't really know anything about bullies in SE2. I'm going to take a quick pee break. I shall return momentarily. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Soon we'll be after the AI. And after that, we will be, you know, doing a bunch of other cool stuff with the other tech trees once I finalize this one. Alright, I have returned. Looks like the chat was slightly off the background there. All right. Hey, Balefell, do you know why the AI would break in the way that it did? It would break that way. Actually, I guess I could go through Common AI real quick and see about guard. Fill guard posts. There's some natives related to it. Hey, Eltrix, what's going on? This sure is as much modding as you can get. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing in here, but I can look for max replacements. Set replacements, there you go. Set replacement count. I don't know what... Oh, that's a native. We have no documentation of the natives as far as I know, Iquaris, so it doesn't look like it's possible. Yeah, it's my first... This is, I think, my third stream. Number 3. But, really, it's just a bunch of early stuff where I'm messing around with figuring out how to do level design with this game. And also adding a bunch of new tech trees and figuring out how AI works. So... there you go. No, it's very different in many ways. Coming. I'm coming. Well, yeah, that's the main thing is we don't have that many tools at our disposal to go beyond what the map editor gives us. So, you know how in Brood War you have access to all sorts of different extra tools through modding that you would never be able to work on in if you just were using the editor. Even if you were using SEM Draft, without modding you can't do very much of anything. Now in Warcraft 3 you can do a lot more with just the editor, but the trade-off is you can't do anything outside of the editor. There is no modding, not in the same sense. Not where you're using other programs to pack in reverse-engineered functions. There's no GPTP plugin environment. There's no AI script expander. There's nothing like that. So our tools are actually, in many respects, more limited. But I think excuse me, a big part of it is simply figuring out like where the like how the design is different in the first place. That's probably the main thing. Yeah, it's like all Blizzard official stuff, basic. I mean, there's stuff that users have found like workarounds of Blizzard's original stuff or whatever, but I don't know, man. It's definitely a more on the odd side, that's for sure. Let me correct the shadow of the chaser here. There's just a lot more limitations. Yeah, StarCraft 1 is more like, there's a much higher ceiling for that sort of thing. Oh, I don't know what to do with that one. Yeah, Warcraft 3 is from 2002, and the Frozen Throne's from 2003. Part of it is definitely that it's 3D, like you said, but I don't know, it's all kinds of screwed up. Whoa, that was trippy. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is pretty par for the course these days. Still don't know why this has some sort of weird multiplier with it though, like. Yeah. That's exactly what iQueer said. Yeah, I want to make a campaign. I also want to completely reimagine the game so that it's more macro-focused. I don't like how the original game plays, so I want to provide a solution to that. An improvement. Hydra in Warcraft 3. Is there anything, I guess, you haven't done for Warcraft 3? Yeah, but it's not a doesn't work on the latest patch. And I don't know how much of a change it would actually be for the workflow. Last thing I heard of was Sharpcraft. I haven't actually heard of Hive WE. But if it's very early on in development, maybe that's why. You know what I need is somebody who actually knows this game's object editor variable shit inside and out, so I can just call them up and say, hey, what the fuck? Why is this happening? Can you explain this to me? And then they can just help me out, man. I feel like this is probably fit. to move in. I don't know whether or not I'm going to change the names of some of this stuff, but slap that into common AI, baby. Well, I guess technically Warcraft 3, because it's basically impossible. But I would say that Warcraft 3 is like, you have to do a lot more work just to get something functional. Whereas Brood War is sort of functional right out the box as long as you know what to do and what not to do. You need some prior knowledge, but somebody can point you in the right direction pretty early on. You can get something that functions. I just can't believe that I was asking people, like, how do you make the AI expand? And they were like, oh, you don't. We don't know how. It's like, what? I mean, I know I should have expected that to some degree.
The Dark Ages. When machines were
Nobody does anything in this game in terms of that sort of stuff.
one known as Black King.
Black King, by the way.
It was he who led the uprising that seized control of the planet from humankind. Originally an artificial intelligence program dubbed BK-1 became to be known as the Black King.
Yeah, I haven't seen any anyways. Oy, oy. What a disaster. Let's pop through here and... Wish I could turn this sidebar off. Go to view. Toggle minimap. Good one, LOL. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So now we have to... This AI is probably going to rush out towards cavalry early on. So I guess we'll have them handle that. Oh. Nice end brace. What the fuck? Maybe that was what was breaking it. There was no end brace? How did that not get caught by Jazz? How does the AI not just break? Huh? You know what? I honestly... Okay, normally I would take ownership over something like that, but look at this fucking program. When you call LOL and you put open parentheses and it makes one for you. Like, how am I even supposed to know that it's not there half the time if it's gonna make it half the time? Dumb, stupid, idiot, moron. Where's Veek? Get him in here. I need to smash that guy. Why did he do that? Punch him in the head. Can't believe he recommended Visual Studio Veek. Veeksual Studio. Smack him in the head. Yeah, exactly. It's in sync, dude.
Take this!
Exactly. Can you try to spam that 4 times, by the way? Does it work?
Take this! Take this! Take this!
Oh, you must be out of money. I guess I just need to make my own sound file where it's take this X4 and like have that as a separate event or something. It doesn't let you click it that many times. Okay. So now we gotta sort of redo part of the script here where we're... It would probably make more sense to completely redo it, honestly. I think I'm going to do 6 Stiffy Stall in the main.
Ooh, taste my rod, Tony!
Taste my Stiffy Stall, Tony. And then this will be the 3rd. What is it called? It's Glue. What? Glue Factory. Alright. Alright, where else do I request Stiffy Stalls? My goals for this year, get the fuck out of this house, for one. It's been a disaster from start to finish, basically. Pretty much. You know, I never would have fixed that problem, Luciferius, but you've basically done nothing but abuse it this whole time, so now I have to. Waste so much of my time manually editing cooldowns. Wait.
Acknowledged.
No, but that's way loud. You have to remember that this is all this shit is way louder for me than it is for anybody else.
Sorry, I was crushing Metaprom's brain.
So lay off it, please. Doesn't matter. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure this stuff was like increasing armor values by 1. That was an illness. Or it wasn't even controlled in here. It was like every unit was doing that basically. Outside of getting out of this house, Heltrix, I mostly just I want to release the first 3 campaigns of Hydra 2.0, which is by itself a year's worth of fucking work. So. Yeah, that's what Balothal said. But it was like every unit was getting 2 armor or something. It's ridiculous. Oh. I don't know what that means. Okay. So what am I trying to do right now? Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what structure... Oh, the dormitory was the structure that handles the new upgrades. What does it require? A toe temple. Okay. So then I need to make the... Where's the Stiffy Cell? So this is the 4th Stiffy Cell requested. That's fine. I think around this point... Oh, okay. Thanks for the translation. You're really giving Translator Commander a run for his job. Okay. What were the requirements for the Nailman of the check? Okay. Fun. My least favorite RTS. Probably Dark Colony. That was really hell. That's been the most annoying one. That's the only one out of all of the games that I've played on my channel that I didn't actually finish. So that should tell you a lot. I feel like to say I should be functional now, but the only question is...
Take this!
Hiram,
Take this!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I finished all those Sonic games. Couldn't finish Dark Colony. Yeah, I was just talking about how Dark Colony was my least favorite one. Yeah, there's time for that yet. Maybe mental fatigue will be my... Or metal fatigue would be my big one. I would like a Dark Colony campaign everywhere. Necron was trying to do that a while ago. He's trying to use the assets. They don't have all of the turn frames, though, or directions. I don't think he was ever successful. Oh, boy. So what's going on with you guys? What are you guys up to right now? I know Balathel's working on his stuff. His Warcraft 3 project. I know Ikewar's working on some Brood War code theory for improvements to the AI engine. Healthtrix is in school and Imtech is playing some For Honor. And then going to school. Reasonable. Luciferius is making some ugly terrain. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I feel like the Slasher, or the Slatherer rather, is probably fine if I nerf his base health as well to 200. I don't think he needs that 250 extra armor. I mean, extra armor. I don't think he needs that 50 extra health. No, it's not enough. Not in Warcraft 3, dude. Your unit can still take slightly more damage than he can regenerate naturally. So, gotta fix that. If I can see the health bar move, it is not Warcraft 3 enough. Alright, let's find the attack thread. Oh yeah, I wanted to do some nailmen, right? It makes sense for the nailman to require the nailsmith. Maybe the nailsmith can also return stuff to the wood shack. But I'm not, I don't know. Or the boot can also return lumber to the wood shack. If I do that, then I need to adjust this to just require a salon, I think. I have not. I heard it's, isn't it a 4X game, though? I know Mesk used it to make a machinima, not... maybe it was so long ago. It was like 2012 or something. Weird that that is now a long time ago, though. That's fine. Close that now. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it. Pretty sure it's all ships, if I'm not mistaken. Destroyed. Look at this animation. Look at it. Let me find an angle where you can actually see it. Slides, and it just appears. That's sick. I don't even know how you would fix that either. Doesn't even seem like that arc is consistent with the speed of the animation. For that matter. Check out my spin. My units refuse to move closer. That's pretty epic, dude. Gotta love it. Yo, fuck this nigga up. Destroyed. Probably need to reduce the AoE on his ability, on the damage there, and make the slatherer. Explosive. Let's see how they're doing. They have their nailsmith. They should be pumping out more peasants, but they aren't right now. Probably a fault of the script itself. Or maybe not. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't be. Or maybe it's something that where I queued up the, like, too many units at once or something. I queued up too many defenders. One thing I was thinking about Balefall is you were talking about how it might be possible to completely circumvent the build table. I don't know if we need to do that, but if we could figure out a way to do that, then it would be really cool to just do so for the defenders. Oof, Well, didn't you say that there was one command that seemed to completely ignore it? If I remember correctly, you mentioned something like that.
Hey, man.
UED Commander's here. What's going on, dude?
Hey, man.
Did Warcraft 3 crash? I don't recall closing it. Okay, well. I guess I would need to write a custom function for waiting for the resource amount, because one of the caveats I remember about the command you were talking about, Balefal, is that it would have some weird failsafe to jump to if the resources were not met. Because I already had the stream set up, figured I would add that there. What's the difference between one other chat window I've got to keep track of? This has to be the nails. Oh yeah, I never ended up making those upgrades. Well, it could be like weight resources or something, and then or weight build resources, weight cost, something like that, and it would take the quantity of units and the unit ID. Oh, I know. I had a specific order for these. I can't believe it just fucking crashed on me. That's crazy. Maybe I alt F4'd or something. I honestly don't remember. Pretty sure I didn't, though. So we have... Cleaning attack. Oh. Spurs is 04. Is that? I didn't know that there was a research icon for that, but I guess there is. Cool. Alright, so we have Mongolism, then we're gonna have Demoral. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you mean. Makes sense. We need one more for Slather. So the Nailsmith is going to have all of these unit upgrades, so we're going to see Fleeting Attack be... 0, 0. The Moral can be 0, 2, or 0, 1 is fine in that case. 1, 1 for Slather, and... Or no, 1, 1 for Mongolism, probably. Extended Clippers can be 1, 0. And Demorал can be, or 2, or math is hard. StarCraft 2, they realized you need it's more useful to have like a preview for that sort of thing. Fortunately, we don't have that technology here. Alright, let me just make sure that we have everything in order here. Slather, Demoral, Mongolism, Fleeting Attacks. Okay. We are good to go then. I really do feel like that was a crash. So we'll find out if that was resolved as a result of what I just messed around with. Annihilated. Let's check in with our fellers over here. By the way, are the Twitch chat messages actually showing up in the stream chat thing on the bottom left? Cool. I think I'm probably going to reset the cooldown of the mining for the harvest ability. I think it's in here. Harvest is here. I think I'm going to reset that, and then... Or maybe I'll... No, that's fine. Put it to 1. And then what I'm going to do is in stats for lumber gathered... Isn't there something for this? Gold capacity... Yeah, damage to tree. I'm going to set that to 2. Yeah, that's where Luciferius is typing from. What will the unloader require? I didn't even think about that. Maybe the unloader also requires the dormitory. We'll leave it at the nailsmith for now, but I probably want an interim building for that. I was also thinking that the slatherer might actually be something where I want to... Put it at, Oh, it does indeed crash. Around the time that the first attack is sent off. I wasn't paying attention to the... AI. Just a straight up crash to desktop. My shit already get bumped to the other side? Wow, it did. That's cool. A loop which runs without stopping at all. I don't... Would that actually cause a forced close? For something like this, it would be nice to be able to have some sort of JAS function that keeps track of the commands that are, like, it runs through the commands that are executed in JAS. Or I guess the AI, just the commands that you call an AI script would be more useful, but I don't know how to... I don't know how you would write something like that. Something that would just, like, as the AI is being told to build, like when you go into its build order, right, and you would see... Every time you see a call here, being able to also to say, like, you know, to print this out, like call set build unit, with the fields or whatever, basically printing out what part of the AI script it's at right now would be really useful. But I don't think there's anything like that. I guess I'll see if I can find anything glaring. Seems like it was when they were requesting around this point. Very perplexed so far. 4, 5, 6, 7. 0, 8, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't see any duplicates. I guess the selection scale for that needs to be the same as like the blacksmith or something. Okay. They build their second stiffy stall. They get their 5 workers. This is coming up on where the error was. I wonder if it's related to the Nailman call. You got the nail tower. No, I've seen them have the nail man. Now it doesn't seem to have crashed. But I think it crashed earlier last time. So it's not consistent, whatever it is. Oh, okay. Bye. Maybe it's the glue factory? I don't know why that would be the case. H608. Maybe that's not correct. Let's find out. H608 is definitely the glue factory. I'm at a loss. Alright, Bailiff Hall. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate it. And I will talk with you later on.
Bye.
Good timing.
Bye.
No. Ah, okay. See you later, man. Thanks for buying me. You know what it could be is that maybe I fixed something in the Common AI, because I did have to save it at some point recently. Maybe that was it, but I don't think so. There's got to be more to it than that. Let's see. I mean, it only requires the stiffy stall. I guess I could check if I can build it. That would be an obvious thing to do in this instance. But if the integer definitions are correct, then I don't see why there would be any issues, especially if I can build it. So we'll confirm that real quick. It crashes when I open the build menu. Why would it do that? Maybe it's the button positions. So I want 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Oh wait. Okay, well that would explain the first crash. I don't know what it explains the second one. Maybe again, maybe that's fixed now that I've re-imported Common AI. But I don't actually know if that, what I just messed around with, even fixes it. So we're gonna have to find that one out ourselves through our lovely experimentation. Why does it crash? I'm gonna refer to the hive mongoloids, I suppose. One sec. Yeah, I got nothing right now, man. That and the essence of Blight issue have been really perplexing. I have no idea what the fuck's up with that. Obviously, that's a little bit less destructive than it crashing anytime I try to open the thing. You can build that many structures. You can build up to 11. At least that's the number of buttons there are. So, I don't know what's up with that. It's not even accurate to say that, like the... Like, what if these button positions were not present? That still wouldn't mean anything, for the most part. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, for example, I just corrected a bunch of stuff related to that, but they still displayed. They were just... If they occupied the same slot, I don't know what determines which one was on the proper slot, which one was offset to the right, but something did. And it doesn't make any sense why that would crash in that way. It's very, very confusing. But, nonetheless, we've finished the faction, for the most part. Enough to be confident in defining the shit in common AI, so that's good. That's definitely a benefit. I'm going to take some time between this and the next Warcraft 3 modding stream to obviously resolve some of these issues and try to finish this AI so that they have a couple more expansion calls, a couple more tower calls, and generally more fleshed out attacks, a bit more variance in their endgame attacks with attack rand, which is a function that I've written recently but haven't used, as well as figuring out a tower or a player selection function that will randomize between available players and pick one of them as a target. I don't know what happens if you tell the AI to suicide on an enemy that... Like, suicide on player is the function. I don't know what happens if you tell them to attack a player that doesn't have any units left, like they've been wiped out or not. So, I may have to make some sort of safety that checks if its target is valid, as it has factories. So we'll see about that one, but... I don't even know if you can check town count done of enemy units instead of just the player itself. So, maybe I'll look at Common AI a little bit more and see if I can find that out. But anyways, that is, that's it for me, man. It was quite the long stream. Let's just make sure that nobody on Hive helped us out yet. Nope, not yet. So, thanks again to everybody who tuned in and smashed that motherfucking like button. I'll be seeing you guys with some more mod streams fairly soon. Next one will definitely be of Hydra, because I've been itching to get back at some prolonged development at that. Hopefully we're able to resolve a lot of the various issues that we found in the supply structure stuff. That's been resolved already, but also the other stuff related to AI not building on map sizes that are irregular. Hopefully that's able to be resolved sooner rather than later. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and mwah.